So you've done all the keyword research on your Amazon product, you've created the master keyword list, you've written all the copy, and all your edits are now live. But are those optimizations actually helping your product, or are they losing you rank and sales? In this video, I will show you exactly how you can track your SEO optimizations and which metrics to keep an eye on to ensure that they are successful and not actually losing you sales. So diving straight in here, what is the goal when we optimize a listing? It's ultimately to get more sales, but there are quite a few steps that go along the way to us getting more sales, and there are a lot of other metrics that you should be tracking as well. So the overall goal, were the SEO optimizations actually successful? But now, why should we track them? So sometimes keywords can be wrong and they can cause a loss in sales. Now, what this is, sometimes the keywords that you use in your optimizations may not be the best keywords for that listing. They look great on paper, but actually once they're in the listing, they don't perform all that great. You want to pick up on that to make sure that you can remove them and replace them with keywords that will perform better. You need to know if you are bringing in the right traffic. So some keywords may bring in a lot more impressions, but they may not be the right impressions. What is the point of someone seeing your listing if they're never actually going to buy it? So you want to make sure that you are putting your listing out in front of more people, but in front of more people that will want to buy your product. Tracking your metrics also helps to identify your growth opportunities. So if you're constantly tracking your keywords on a listing, you'll see when new keywords start to pop up and when older keywords start increasing in popularity. You could have a keyword that originally in your original research, it's sitting down at the bottom in terms of priority. But over time, the monthly searches could slowly but surely increase. You could start out at 100 searches a month and 3 months later, it's over 1,000. Now, if you're not tracking your metrics all the time and all the keywords that are in your listing, you're not going to notice that and you're going to miss out on potentially an extra 1,000 people seeing your listing each month. And lastly, you may not pick up on declining performance until it's too late. So this is one you really want to avoid. If you have keywords in your listing that are not performing well, your listing is going to slowly start to drop off. Your impressions are going to decrease. Your page traffic is going to decrease. You do not want that because all of that results in less sales. So if you're not tracking those metrics, it starts to fall through the cracks. Before you know it, your listing is suddenly down 15, 20, 25% over the course of 1 month or 3 months, or even worse, your sales have tanked by 50% in a year just because you have not tracked the metrics. So then it brings up the question, how do we actually track these metrics? And what metrics should we be looking to track? So the first one here is going to be our indexed keywords. So indexed keywords are the keywords that your product is indexed for inside of Amazon. So you may not be appearing on page 1 for those keywords, but you are ranked for them somewhere. So how do we track these keywords? Well, there's 2 ways we can do it. Both of them are using Helium 10 software, which if you don't have, I highly recommend that you at least get the base plan because it is such a help for Amazon sellers. So we're going to start with Index Checker and then Cerebro. So this bottom one down here is going to be Index Checker. So what this does is it allows you to upload your ASIN and then your master keyword list. And then it's going to return a list like this. So you get the keyword here on the left-hand side. So in this example, Frisbee golf accessories. And then we've got these 4 different index types. So traditional index, field ASIN index, storefront index, and then cumulative index. So we want to make sure that we are indexing for each one of these different types. Storefront is not as important as traditional and field ASIN. So these are the 2 that you want to make sure you're hitting all the time. And as we can see here, this particular product I did the search for, it is ranking or it is indexed for Frisbee golf accessories. However, it is not for disc golf mini marker, disc golf putter pack, retriever, ornament, etc. So those are the keywords that we would want to work on. Maybe those aren't in the listing, and that's why they're not indexing. So you always want to check your listing to see what keywords it is indexing for. If it is not indexing for certain keywords, make sure you go in, put them somewhere in the listing so that they do actually index. So moving on to the next one is going to be impressions. Impressions are just the amount of people that actually see your product on the search results page. So first way of doing that is through our brand analytics, the search catalog performance. So here we can see we've got two examples. We've got week 1 and week 2. So the way you're going to track your impressions is going to be week over week, month over month. You're comparing two periods against each other. So say we make the optimization in between these 2 weeks here. So week 1, that's the old listing. Week 2, that's where the optimization comes in. We can see during week 1, the impressions were sitting at around 8,300. Week 2, after the optimization, the impressions are up to 13,196. So this is great because we can see that obviously the optimization was successful because we are getting more impressions on our listing. Along that same line, we also have the market share of impressions. So this one here is going to be the percentage of impressions you're getting on a certain keyword phrase compared to the competitors. So brand analytics again, and search query performance. So this will show a big list of keywords. So we've got here, it's keyword 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. We can see the total count of impressions on that search term, that keyword phrase. We can see the ASIN count, so the amount of ASINs that are showing up for that search term. And then we can see your ASIN's share of those impressions. So this is the one that we want to focus on. We want to make sure that that share is always increasing. If week over week we're increasing that by 1%, it means we're getting more people onto our listing, more people are seeing the product, more people are going to be clicking on it. One thing to take into account here is that the ASIN count, so the amount of competitors ranking for that keyword, can change, and then also the monthly search volume can change. So from one month to another, you could have this number stay the same, but the amount of ASINs ranking on it doubles. Therefore, your ASIN share will be down. So it's not a 100% foolproof way to check if your optimization was successful or not, but I do definitely recommend checking that out. We then have the individual keyword rank. So this is more going to be for when you are doing smaller optimizations on older listings. It's not a new listing. You've already got all the copy there. It's already ranking for a lot of keywords. However, there's like 5 to 10 or sometimes even fewer, 1 or 2 keyword phrases that you really want to rank for. So you're going to do all the research on them. You're going to put them into your title, the high value real estate sections. But then you need to track them and see what the performance is like. So we can do this through the Helium 10 keyword tracker. So the first part here, so we can see the tracked keywords. So you enter in your product, you enter in your keyword list, and then you can also add competitors to compare your product's performance against. But this shows us the number of organic keywords in the top 10 and the number of organic keywords in the top 50, which is very important. And then you drop down and you've got each individual keyword phrase. So here we have disc golf die, and we can see the search volume for the past 30 days. We can see the competing products, and then we can see the organic rank. So in this case, for these three, they're all ranked number 1. Now, if these were the 3 keywords that we were focusing on, that we wanted to make sure were in our listing, what we would do is we would come here to keyword tracker, we would check the organic rank and say it used to be 15, it's now gone up to 8. That means, yes, the optimization was successful. Putting that particular keyword phrase in the title has helped. It has increased the amount of impressions. It has increased your rank. So you must always remember to track those individual keywords, but more for those older listing optimizations. So then staying on page 1 keywords, we already went over how you can check that in the keyword tracker over here. So the number of organic keywords in the top 10. So we can use keyword tracker and then also Cerebro. So I'm going to pull up a Cerebro search over here, and then you'll be able to see exactly how we do that. So this example ASIN over here, it's just a fluffy duck. So what we can do is we can set the search volume. We want the minimum to be 100, apply the filters. And then once we've done that, we can see here that we've got over 5,700 keywords that this product is ranking on. So now to see which keywords we're actually showing up on page 1, but even more so, which keywords we're actually getting the most sales on, what we can do is we can go 1, 2, 25. So this will show us all of the keywords with an organic rank between 1 and 25. So we can see here we've got just over 1,200 keywords in that rank parameter. So these keywords we don't really need to focus on too much because they are already performing well. What we can do, however, is we can sort this the other way around. So we have those ranking higher. And then we can see if we've got some keywords here that are very, very relevant to our product, then we can focus on getting those rotated through the title. That will help to just bump them up a little bit higher. But what is even better here is to go to 26 to 50. This allows us to see all of the phrases that we are ranking for between 26 and 50. So basically page 2. This is like your strike zone keywords that you really want to focus on getting these into your listing. So this makes a big difference when you have done all the keyword research, you've done all your copy, etc. Now you're tracking it. You want to make sure that your page 1 keywords are increasing. So that number there for these ones, if we're just focusing on the strike zone keywords, this number should slowly be going down, and the 1 to 25 keywords, that number should always be increasing. So back here in our flowchart, the most important one is always going to be your sales. So this is the surest way to check if your SEO optimization has worked or not. Have your sales increased? Have they decreased? Are they flatlining? Very simple way to check it. Sales reports, and then we just filter either by child ASIN or by parent. And we just look month over month, week over week. So we can see here, month 1, we had sales of 16,000, just over $16,000, 200 order items. Month 2, after the optimization, our sales have increased by $2,600, and our total order items have also increased by 40 items in total. So that is going to be the best way to check, are your optimizations actually working, if you do not want to go into the more in-depth ways of looking at it through index keywords, impressions, market share of impressions, and individual keyword ranks. You have to track every one of your SEO optimizations, as there is no point in putting in the time and effort that an optimization requires just to not track it on the other side. Sometimes the wrong keywords will be used and your sales will decrease. Other times the right keywords are used, and you should take notes as to how you can use those strategies in your other listings. It's also important to remember that over time, keyword popularity is going to change. One keyword phrase that could be performing very well this month, 3 months down the line, that has changed in popularity and it's getting 50% of the searches it used to be getting. If you're tracking all of your metrics, tracking all of the keywords that are on your listing, you'll pick up on those changes and you'll be able to edit your listing according to it. You can remove that keyword phrase, you can put something else in. There's no point wasting up valuable keyword real estate in your title with a phrase that is now getting 50% less searches than it was before, and it's still decreasing even further. If you're interested in seeing how we can implement our SEO, PPC, and graphic design systems into your business completely done for you, go to the link in the description down below to schedule a free consultation call with myself. If you got value out of this video, check out one of our others on how you can optimize your Amazon SEO. We cover everything from creating your master keyword list to writing your copy, and even how you can utilize the latest tools such as ChatGPT and AI to completely optimize your listing for you with minimal user input. Whether you are a new seller to Amazon or a seasoned veteran, I guarantee that you'll be able to find something that can help you in your business.